Alrighty. So today we're going to practice drawing hair before we actually do it on our regular picture. So you have this sheet of heads, randomly placed heads. First thing I want you to do is divide one of those heads in half and in half, lightly. Very, very lightly. I did it so lightly I can't see. Then where the eyes are supposed to be, just sketch in eyes. They don't have to look great. Halfway between the eyes and the chin is where your nose is going to be. Halfway between the nose and the chin is your mouth. This is just going to give us a reference. I'm going to push this up. This is the one I'm drawing on. Okay, remember our ears, how big those were? Get some ears on there. Don't worry about detail. Just to give us an idea so that we can start putting hair on. All right. So now, we talked about this part of the head gets erased. Well, we can't erase it on this paper because it's a printed piece, okay? But this is going to go away. It's hidden by your hair. But your hair is not that line. If you do it there, your hair is going to be really, really flat. And your hair has volume. Even if you have really short hair, it has volume. All right? So, between this line of your eye and the top of your head, we need two more lines. One here, one here. Between these two lines, this is where our hairline is. If you look in the mirror, y'all ready? If you will look in the mirror, where your hair comes across your forehead and down to your little sideburns, that's your hairline. Okay? Everybody's hairline does something different. Mine, I have this point right here. This is called a widow's peak. Okay? A lot of people have this. Some people have a little thing that goes up on the side. Some people's go really way up on the side. Look in the mirror and see what your hairline does. Look at the way it grows. Where does it grow? Everybody should be looking in the mirror. And I'm talking all the way down to the front of your ears. That's what we're dealing with. Look at the shape of all that. Okay, has everybody had a chance to look in the mirror? Okay, so my hairline, now I told you I had that little point right there. My hairline is kind of heart-shaped. Kind of heart-shaped. And then it curves up right there and then comes out and goes back down to my ear. So here's how I'm going to draw that. Right here, it comes to a little point. Now I'm going to draw very, very lightly. This is called a shadow line. And it's going to fade into my hair. It goes up above that line. It comes in here and then goes back to my ear. On both sides, it goes up above that line, comes in, and goes back to my ear. That's the shape of my hairline-ish. And I'm drawing it very, very lightly because I want it to be the same on both sides. And I'm using those guidelines to make sure it's the same. So look at your hairline and get your hairline drawn on one of these little people. Sketch it very, very lightly. Sketch very, very lightly.
I finished drawing my first.
You've done number 4? Okay, grab here. Grab this and catch up. Thank you. Okay, once you get your hairline done, now we're going to look at the shape of our hair. Not anything else but the outside shape of it. Okay? Now, don't laugh. I don't have a mirror to look at, and I want you to see this on the video. So I'm going to be drawing from a picture of myself. Okay? Ta-da! Okay? So, here's what I'm going to be looking at. I'll put this over here. So, what I'm looking at is how my bangs go, and they cross over that eyebrow, and how far up my hair goes, and how long it comes down. So I'm going to look. I'm seeing this little curve of the heart shaped right here, but I don't see any of that point or anything else. So I've got hair that comes down over that eyebrow and goes towards that ear. A little swoopy. Okay? It comes up above my hairline, above my headline that we drew, and it's coming in. Do you see this line that I'm drawing on my phone? That little curved line? So I'm going to make sure I capture that. And all of this is coming in like so. And all this is going this way. I'm kind of turned funky, but I obviously have a part there. Now, you should be watching, not drawing. This part of my hair, I usually have coming straight down and behind my ear. And it usually flips up a little bit. Okay? Once you get the outline of that, then we can do the rest. We can do the shading and the highlighting. But you need an outline of what your hair looks like, and it can't be against this. Do not use this as the outside of your hair. Got it? Do that much. Yeah. No, you got to look at your hair.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to do it because my hair is...
Look in the mirror.
I just do it like this.
Look in the mirror and see what you see. Yep. You're looking in the mirror to see what you see. You are drawing what you see. And we're just getting an outline right now. Just an outline right now. Don't worry about small details. Don't worry about curls. Just a cartoon outline of your hair. Just the shape of your hairdo. Don't color anything in. Don't shade anything in yet. And we're drawing how our hair grows. Your hair grows out from your head and goes certain ways. So that's how we're drawing it. Okay, once you get that done, put your eyes back up here. All right, the next step is to start looking for dark shadows. Okay? Now, some of you think, oh, well, I just have dark hair. It's not all dark hair. There are some darker places and some lighter places where the light hits it. Even people with blonde hair have darker areas. Okay? So here's how to look for it. I picked this picture because in this I look really, really blonde. But if you'll look, do you see back here behind my ear how dark that is? Hey there? Do you see back here by my neck how dark that is? Underneath here, how dark that is? Right here is kind of a medium darkness. This is what's going to give your hair a realistic look. If you can capture those darks and the lights, it's going to look more realistic than if you just color it all one solid color. Okay? So watch. Let me put my glasses on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here behind my ear and I'm going to make some dark area. And I'm going to do it in the direction that I see it going. So all this hair is going this way because my glasses are holding it back. This is coming from here. It's dark all behind my ear. And then it's dark all up in here. It's dark over here. It's typically dark right around your neckline and by your ears for everybody that has long hair. And then it's darker here. Okay. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some medium. And I'm looking at, you see these lines? You can actually see how they're growing. And just slowly, I'm filling in. I'm not coloring it in solid because then I would look like I have really, really dark hair, which I don't. But if I get too much colored in, like if I do this, which doesn't look like that hair at all, I can take this eraser, and I need everybody's eyes up here. Everybody's eyes up on the screen. If I get too heavy-handed with all my coloring in, I can take this eraser, and do you see that bright highlight right there? I can go in, and using the eraser like a drawing tool, I can pull that highlight back out. So if you color too much, you can pull some of it back out. But it's easier to just leave it than it is to put it back in. So small, it's almost like painting little small brush strokes. and using your eraser, especially if you're blonde, to get hair in there. I'm drawing with my eraser. Okay, so I want you to practice. You've got a sheet with 9 heads on it. I want you to practice over and over and over drawing hair. Okay? Get busy. And I'm not really worried if it looks exactly like your hair, but I do want it to look more like hair than a cartoon head of hair. You know what I'm saying? I want to see individual pieces, not a big old helmet head. You can also use your blending stump, but I would not blend it too much because then it's going to look colored in. That will help with your dark areas. The longer you play with it, the better you'll understand it, and the better it will get.